as much anymore.
Yeah. So were you guys doing basement parties and
Hell
stuff?
yeah, like Eddystone, Palisades, Driftwood, like Maze, like that's where it all started. Like it all started from like, you know, little basement parties, like, you know what I mean? I remember the first craziest parties, like, I don't know if you remember, there's like the Downsview Air Base, I guess it was at the time. So they had like the barracks where everybody lived. And when they shipped everybody out, them shits was empty and still had power. So we would just go in that bitch like every 3 weeks and just throw a party.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's
a
what
big
really,
space.
it's not even a big space because these are townhouses. But these are abandoned townhouses with power.
Oh, the town.
Yeah, so we would be on the radio talking like, yo, pull up, Keelan Shepherd, this on Weekend. And that's what really got shit bubbling, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I don't know if that exists anymore. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I'm not really there anymore like that to know. But yeah, growing up there definitely defined us and you know, like I said, for better or worse, because we did a lot of fucked up shit, you know what I mean? Like maybe didn't go right down the right path from the very jump. But I think at the end of the day, that just makes you wiser, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna do dumb shit now. I already did all the dumb shit I'm finna do. It's all done, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, I think the hood just definitely defined the man for sure.
Being like, and not to age ourselves here.
Right.
Being a while ago when you were a kid, what's one of the dumbest things you ever did when you were a kid that you're like, fuck, my older self would have told myself not to do that?
Just some dumb shit, man. Let me just say this. The Infamous. That album right there, it's like, yo, like Mobb Deep changed my life, bro. Like, maybe in some aspects, I wish I never listened to that album. You know what I mean? Because that definitely put up some roadblocks. Because, like, we wanted to live that life. Because it was already kind of happening around us. But, and this is sometimes where I feel like, I don't know, man, with hip hop, it's a great thing, but sometimes it can influence you in negative ways.
You
know what I mean? And I remember Ill Kids, going back to the sound thing, one of our hashtags was like, Ill Kids, famous for negative reasons. You know what I mean? And it was like, it came off of that Mob album. So me and my partner Juice at the time were just running around doing dumb shit, thinking we were Mobb Deep, or at least trying to live out what they were talking about in the songs. You know what I mean? So that's definitely all the shit that,
you know what I'm saying? But even like back then, you guys, you already had linked up with Juice back then.
No, me and Juice knew each other since we were like 3 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I've known homie for 40 years.
Okay. So y'all are like brothers.
That's like family. Like we might not even talk all the time, but you know how it is with your family. That's just like family. Yeah. So that even spoke further to like why we were so successful in the clubs. Because like me and him didn't even need to talk while we were working. It was just like Cheech and Chong, or like, it was just like Meth and Red. It was just like, I knew what he was doing, he knew what I was doing, and it was just...
It was a symmetry.
It was just like on some other shit.
Yeah. And with all that was going on in the hood and like, you know, crazy times, what made you all decide that you wanted to be a sound crew?
Yeah, I wanted to be cool, right? Like for lack of better words, right? Like, I mean, I wanted to be cool, like, and I remember just like being like 12 years old, 11 years old, watching Electric Circus. You remember Electric Circus? And I seen the DJ, and I'm like, yo, that's one cool motherfucker right there, man. Like, everybody's fucking with the DJ. I'm like, I'm finna do that. That's what I want to do. And at the time, my mom was like, what? And I come from an East Indian background, right? So it's like, my mom was like, you want a DJ? Like, you crazy? But I think at that point in time, she was like, if I get this kid, like, my mom was like, listen, save up your money for one turntable, I'll get you the other one. I think her thinking was like, I'd rather have this kid DJing or like, you know, fucking with turntables in his bedroom than being out on the block.
Yeah, than doing crazy shit.
And that should save my life. Even all the fucked up dumb shit we did, it would have been worse. Even more stupid shit would have happened. But the fact that I was just like in love with these two turntables, when you get the call like, yo, come on, we're gonna do this, I'm like, nah, B, I'm straight. I'm working on a mixtape. Like, y'all go do that. You know what I mean? And enough times like the man would go do that, 2 2s, I hear man got knocked. You know what I mean? So it's like, shit, that could have been me, you know what I mean? So it's like the turntables kind of like saved my life right there.
Yeah, it did. And then like you guys started to get into like I remember I was going through some of the research, just like even last night. I'm like, you guys have done like a lot of stuff like as a record label, like kind of.
No, I think like back in the 90s too, we were working on, release some projects, and then obviously the climate and the infrastructure wasn't there at that point in time. But yeah, we were just like always recording, you know what I mean? We had records with like Citizen Kane, like I said, G7. And then that kind of transformed as we got into like the early 2000s, where we were like putting together, like we were getting like JD Era, Richie Sosa, Drake, Preem. I mean, the list goes on, like Lou Breeze, everybody together, and we were just, every mixtape we did, that would be the posse cut at the beginning of the mixtape.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's funny because a homie hit me the other day and I'm hearing a Drake verse talking about the Ill Kid bus, like, and I'm like, wow, like, you know what I mean? Or I'm hearing like Lou Breeze, like fucking 15, 16 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he's in the station 2 months ago and I'm like, yo, my guy, like, you know what I mean? Or like if I chop it up a Primo, I'm like, man, me and you been knowing each other for a hot minute, right? So I think always there was this attachment to be bigger than DJing, more than DJing. I mean, DJing for me, I think was just like the tree, and then the branches grew off and gave an opportunity for everything else to happen, whether it be connecting, like really connecting artists together, and then see them get a relationship popping, and then they might be working on a project. Like just the other day, I was like, we were at a party and I introduced November. You ever heard of Kid November? November, the Dre product.
Six list alumni.
All right, okay.
It's like,
it's a play off the November.
I don't want to talk much about that, but like, yeah.
Okay. So let's just address this. The video that was on 6 Buzz. You're going at Killy pretty hard, saying that he was gonna gurks you and all this stuff, and
bro,
you know what I mean? What was that all about?
So basically, for all you watching, basically, I was only giving my 2 cents. I didn't think any Toronto page would be posting that shit, you know?
So like Dre Prada in November, and then 2-2s, I hear they're working on a project together, or they're connecting. So just to see that type of shit happen, you know what I mean? Connecting the dots, or like even marketing, or like putting a bus on the road. Like there was an Ill Kid bus that like, I don't think anybody had ever done that.
The Ill Kid bus.
Yeah, you know what I mean? For Caravana, we would just get like a big ass coach bus and just wrap the shit and just drive it around the city. So, you know what I mean? A lot of things were happening at times.
Not to dig up in your pockets, but how much did that shit cost, man? I remember I used to see that bus all the time.
It was a bag, man. It was a bag, but it was worth it. It was a bag, but it was worth it. Like, that got us touring. You know what I mean? Anybody came to the city to see this big ass bus. Like, even when Drama came into town, DJ Drama was like, yo, y'all are really the shits. Like, y'all have a fucking bus out here? Like, that's how you're moving?
Yeah.
That, like, it just opened the door. Like, it was not, you know what I mean? It's not like you had to prove anything. They're like, oh, these motherfuckers got a bus? I'm fucking with these guys. You know what I mean? Sean Paul.
You guys were fucking with Sean Paul from super far back.
Yeah.
First Sean Paul meeting.
I can't even remember that, man. I can't even remember. I remember he was around here a lot back in the day. I think it was like his baby moms or something from here or whatever, but I don't even remember that, to be honest with you.
Wow.
That's just like, there's so much shit, like, I hate to say it like that, but there's so much shit, like some shit is just like disappeared from memory. But I do remember like being in like, I think being with Buju. Being with Buju in his hotel room when he was doing a show here, and like it was crazy because I was looking through my pics and I found a picture of him holding up the Ill Kid shirt. You know what I mean? Just being in that situation, or with Sean Paul cutting dubs, like when mans used to cut dub plates. You know what I mean? Or Beanie Man cutting a dub, like being somewhere off Eglinton. You know, just
that's crazy. I'm gonna throw a date at you. 2009.
Okay.
Club Circa.
Yeah.
Sean Paul.
Yeah.
Do you remember that night?
Yeah, I remember. That was a pretty crazy night. I think my guy Bubba Khan put that shit on. And,
yeah.
No, that was a dope night. Yeah, man. There's a lot of dope nights, man.
Give me one of the craziest nights you've ever had, like where like you're in these situations with all these celebrities and stuff. Because like essentially as the DJ and like one of the main DJs in the city, the celebrities all have to pass through you guys at some point.
Craziest story, Kanye West. So he was down here for Echo Fest. I don't know if you remember that.
I do.
All right.
We just spoke about it the other day with JD Era.
All right. So he was at Echo Fest and we were DJing the after party. There's 2 stories that I got that always stand out to me. And so Lil Jon, Ludacris, Kanye. So Lil Jon and Luda are in the club from early. We're playing. And we're like, all right, we're gonna save the Kanye set for like prime time. Like when the club's ready to go, we're gonna have this Kanye set. We got it all lined up, ready to go. So we're playing Lil Jon records, we're playing Luda records, and Kanye comes in the club. So he's chilling. We're like, okay, let's hold off, wait, let the man get comfortable, and then we'll set it off. The man's in the club not even 5 minutes, so he grabs the mic I got a mic in my hand. They take the mic to where he is in the VIP booth, and he's like, nah, stop all this. He's like, yo, Kanye West is in the club. Y'all not playing no Kanye West. Y'all playing Luda. Y'all playing Lil Jon. And I was like, yo, fuck all this. I turned the man's mic off. I'm like, who the fuck is this motherfucker talking to, B? Like, you know what I mean?
That's
I might have said some dumb shit on the mic too. I mean, not even dumb shit. I was like, yo, B, nah, stop it all that mess, B. Like, you can leave. You know what I mean? Nobody, and then obviously the promoters look at me like, yo, what the fuck are you saying? Like, what are you doing? Because he left.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, I'll leave. And he left. He's like, I'm going across the street to this party where they appreciate me. And I was like, yo, this motherfucker's on a ride, my guy. Like, I wanted to like,
hold on a second.
I wanted to put hands on him, B. I was like, who the fuck are you talking to, my guy?
Is this pink polo Kanye?
Yes. Yeah, B.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on one from them times, B. Like, yeah. Woo. He was, yeah.